It's absolutely disgraceful how the BBC and pretty much all UK media always take Israel's side on every issue, always promote Israel's interests, always push Israeli human interest stories that they plant in the Western media to make it seem as if they're the victims. Um, and most people probably don't even realize this is happening because a lot of people are kind of unaware of the role of the media in how their perceptions get formed. The official word is perception management. Many people are deeply ignorant of the history of the creation of the state now known as Israel and the decades of systematic abuse and atrocities committed against the indigenous local Palestinian people probably still feel as if the Israelis are the innocent victims. Israel has destroyed the homes of 2 million people. They have destroyed the infrastructure of the homes of 2 million people. They are now actively engaged in trying to persuade other countries to accept Palestinian refugees. I mean, they are refugees, they would be genuine refugees, but the bottom line is they should be living in their own country, which Israel is destroying. Israel is making a scorched earth policy, punishing everybody for what they claim falsely was an unexpected Palestinian attack on the 7th of October, which Israel did themselves. They organised it themselves. Hamas is there to create pretexts for Israel to do whatever the fuck it wants. Israel understands psychology, so they have to make it look as if the Palestinians attacked, kidnapped loads of people. Even if you believe the official Israeli story, and they've got a long history of lying about everything, then it was their own massive incompetence. Why were they not able to intercept these Palestinians? How were the Palestinians, how were they able to take so many hostages? Impossible. The official story about what took place doesn't make any sense at all. Anyone with any decency, anyone with any critical thinking skills, anyone with any common sense can see the official story is completely is false. But the BBC will not tell you this. The BBC are promoting Israel's interests. UK stands by Israel's right to defend itself, says PM. I'm sorry, this unelected Indian, right? He was elected to be an MP in Richmond, Yorkshire, which is one of the safest seats in Britain, simply because he stood as a Tory candidate. Any single person who at the time was a Tory candidate in that area would have been elected as well, right? Richmond's a very Tory seat, but most people are voting for Tories based upon their historical support for the Tory party, not because of Rishi Sunak personally. Rishi Sunak has never been elected as UK Prime Minister by the British people collectively. He's rightly very unpopular. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying he's any worse than Keir Starmer. Nothing's going to change with Keir Starmer. UK has concerns about in legitimate war. Deputy PM, legitimate war. It's not legitimate. Look, BBC visits ruins. That was a bloody film set. I'm so sick of it. Israel Schmizrael. And here's another actor, Greta Thunberg. What a ridiculous person. There's another story here that I want to show you. It's not a war, by the way. It's a massacre. The Palestinians have no tanks, no air, no missiles. They just have some small arms, and yet, despite that, they're putting up a lot of resistance, and they're quite right to do so. I think they're heroic. They're genuine heroes. We should be supporting the Palestinians militarily if necessary. I'm one of these people who feel the Palestinians need military support. I'd be in favour of the British Army intervening to help the Palestinians, right? Stories from the hostages taken by Hamas from Israel. You see? Think about it. 35,000 Palestinians have been killed, including maybe 14, 15,000 children. And the BBC are more interested in promoting these images of middle-class Israelis. And another thing is, these women who allegedly got captured, right, allegedly, and I don't believe the hostage story at all, they're all bloody military. Israeli women are in the Israeli military, and yet for the purposes of propaganda, their military links are completely ignored. These are soldiers. If women want to be in the army, then they have to accept that they can be captured as prisoners of war, right? Israel military sold ban called shameful. Johnson. Boris Johnson is a New York Jew, right? IDF has sacked over failed. You murder people and then you get sacked, allegedly, but these people might get sacked, but they'll be given other jobs. So nothing's going to happen. Think about it. These people, allegedly, I don't believe this story for a second. When I say that, look at this missile and the doors open. Where's the evidence of damage to these doors? How the hell are you trying to tell me a missile went through the roof of that thing and didn't do any internal damage at all? Fuck off. It's all bloody lies. Where does Israel get its weapons? Well, 30% of them come from Germany. The Germans are basically punishing the Palestinians for what they supposedly but did not do in World War II. There were more Jews alive after World War II than before. And Auschwitz was not a concentration camp. It was a work camp. But you try telling that to people, they won't listen to you. They won't consider it. Why not consider it? At least consider it. Nothing is so obvious that, for example, if you were to discuss, a lot of people are brainwashed into thinking that things are as they're told. So if you were told when you were a child that 2 + 2 = 5, you'd go through your whole life believing that. And if somebody said, actually, 2 + 2 = 4, you'd be so wedded to the idea that 2 + 2 = 5, you would not even be able to consider that maybe you were tricked. What I think everybody should be able to do, every intelligent person should be willing to admit that many of the things they truly believe and many of the things they were told. When I was at school, I was told about the earth, the shape of the earth, and the capitals of different countries and things like that. We assume that this is all true, but I can only speak for the places I've personally visited. For example, I've never been to Antarctica. I don't know anything about it. I'm just told that it's in the southern hemisphere. But later on, I was told other things that suggested that maybe the earth is flat. We don't feel any movement. We're supposed to be moving at high speed. I don't see how water can curve. It simply can't. If water curved, then what would be the point of spirit levels? Why would you have sea level? Right? It would be impossible. How can planes fly and dip at the same time? A plane would have to be flying with its nose down 3% to navigate the earth, apparently, if it is a ball or ball. No one's saying the earth is flat, because if the earth was flat, there wouldn't be mountains. So the earth is a plane on which there are mountains and lakes and things like that. A lake has got the same level at both ends, even a lake as big as the Caspian Sea, or Lake Baikal or Loch Ness. Both ends are the same. Are you trying to tell me that the middle of the Suez Canal is higher than the ends? It isn't the case. Canals don't work like that. The canal has to be level all through it. But, like I said, Israel manages to get its story promoted, and Palestinian stories don't get told. We don't get any human interests about a Palestinian family who had their child kidnapped. Israel's got a prison just for children. A prison. Children in Palestine can be arrested by the Israelis for no reason at all, or maybe throwing stones. If you're in a tank, do you really fear a stone? And yet, Palestinian children get kidnapped by the Israelis. They use human shields. You can see lots of pictures. I'm so sick of this. And of course, Twitter has a policy of promoting the Zionist cause. Elon Musk is a Zionist. He went to meet Netanyahu. Netanyahu showed him some propaganda. There was a crib and some bullet casings in it. Fuck off. I mean, bullet casings in a crib. I mean, why would there be um, um, cartridges in a crib? I mean, did the Palestinians throw the cartridges into the crib? Propaganda, the most lurid propaganda. The Israelis are the biggest liars of all. Frankly, it shouldn't be difficult for people to see that, but the most people around us don't think about anything. They're idiots. They don't seem to think about anything. Here's an example. Israeli family forced to relive Hamas trauma as photo of... Why do you think the fucking photo won the award? The reason the photo won the award, look at this bloody Jewish actress, Shani Luke's dead body on the back of her truck. An award. So they give somebody an award in order so that they can do a story, a backstory about the pain and all the suffering. Her Israeli German daughter. What is an Israeli German daughter? German, like Irish, which is taken by freelance photographer Ali Mahmoud. Ali Mahmoud, who's Jewish for sure. Ali Mahmoud, yeah. So that Ali Mahmoud took the picture. The clubbing outfit. Why would she be wearing a clubbing outfit in the morning? This has all happened at 6 a.m. or something, or something like that. Clubbing outfit. They sell this story. They create a scenario, the club, the peace music festival, and then the Palestinians attack the music festival. Israel army is nowhere to be seen. None of these Israelis who've got guns all over the place put up any resistance. Then the Israeli army, hours later, decided to kill everyone in sight, including the Israelis, and then get the Palestinians to take the blame for the people they killed. Makes our family relive the pain, says Miss Luke. Miss Luke. See? Propaganda. This woman. Fuck off, you stupid lying cunt. I'm interested in the Palestinians, not the Israelis. This has been going on for decades. The Daily Telegraph, or they call it the Daily Tel Aviv. Daily Telegraph has links to Britain's MI5 and so on. They used to have Con Coughlin, who used to write a lot of bullshit to promote warmongering. They always promoted every war, every single war, Afghanistan, Iraq. The Daily Telegraph supported it all. Zionism, they support it. And yet a lot of people in Britain, in Tunbridge Wells, they probably think the Daily Telegraph is a reliable news source. It's not. It's Zionist propaganda, back to front. But then again, so's the Guardian. The Jews own all our media. Undated photo. So she provided, I'm presuming this woman provided this photo to the media while simultaneously claiming the murdered daughter wins award, and they get an alleged Muslim, her love girl lying half naked on the truck with those savages. No, I'm sorry. I don't feel that. I know that the Israelis organised October the 7th, but there's nothing whatsoever I can do to wake people up. Either you want to wake up yourself or you don't. The decision to wake up has to be yours. Realistically, all we can do is plant seeds. But look, let me put it this way. If people don't like you, or if people are told by third parties that you're a conspiracy theorist, then they're simply not going to give you a hearing. You will not be able to present your case. It's just like a court case where they've got a bent judge. You can go to the court, you can present documented factual evidence, you can be reasonable, you can be realistic, but in the end, the court is bent. The judge is bribed, the judge is bent, the media are bent. Do you think people like Natalie Lisbona, whoever she is, do you think she's interested in the truth? Do you think she cares about the truth? Is she trying to see the whole story? How did this happen? How did the Palestinians manage to bypass Israel's incredibly... Have you seen the border with Gaza, which Israel's going to remove? Have you seen the size of those walls with the barbed wire and the no-go zone and the cameras and everything like that? Patrolled day and night by guys in tanks and armoured vehicles? Fuck off. Couldn't have happened. It didn't happen. People are being lied to. I'm sick of the media promoting Israel's atrocities, and I'm sick of the media only focusing on the alleged sadness of Israelis, even though the death toll on the Palestinian side is about 1,000 times greater. Thank you for your time.